All right, let's dive into some Belizean caves. I'm so ready to explore these hidden wonders.
You know, what's fascinating about Belize is just how many of these caves are actually hidden gems tucked away on private land, so you can have a truly unique and intimate experience.
Okay, hold on. I'm already intrigued by this. So we're not just talking about the caves themselves, but the journey, the sense of discovery that comes with finding them.
Exactly. Picture this. You're hiking through this thick rainforest, the air is heavy, humid, and suddenly you stumble upon the entrance to Acton Tunakil Muknal.
The ATM Cave.
Yeah, or ATM Cave. It's like stepping back in time.
Now, I've heard about this ATM Cave. It's famous for its Maya artifacts, right?
Right.
I mean, and we're not just talking about a few little pieces of pottery here.
Oh no, this is the real deal. We're talking about ancient Maya ceramics, stoneware, even skeletal remains. It's like this window into their world.
Wow. Okay, so to see something like that, do you have to be like an experienced caver,
Yeah.
rappelling gear, the whole 9 yards?
Not at all. There are expert guides that can lead you through the cave safely and make sure you get the most out of the experience. It's more about a sense of adventure.
Oh, that's reassuring. But are all the caves in Belize this
Yeah.
intense? I mean, we're talking about human remains, ancient rituals. It's fascinating, but I could see it being a bit much for some.
Yeah, you're right. Not every cave is about diving into the depths of Maya history.
Mm.
Take the caves branch, for instance. It offers something completely different.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
What makes the caves branch so unique?
Okay, so imagine this. You're floating along this underground river, nestled in your inflatable tube, sunlight filtering down through the jungle above you.
Mm-hmm.
It's peaceful, serene, and as you drift along, you start noticing these carvings on the cave walls, ancient fertility gods, pieces of pottery, even fossilized human footprints.
Whoa. So it's like this mix of relaxation and discovery, right?
Yeah.
You're taking in this natural beauty, but also getting these little glimpses into its history.
Absolutely.
That's
Each
amazing.
cave has its own personality. Barton Creek Cave, for example, this one offers this really cool blend of cultural and historical elements. It's actually located within a Mennonite community.
Okay, now that's interesting. Mennonites and Maya history on the same place. You've piqued my curiosity.
What's fascinating is that Barton Creek Cave was used by the Maya for rituals, including sacrifices and fertility rites. So you get this real sense of the power and mystery that these caves held for them.
That's really interesting. I'm picturing flickering torchlight, mysterious chanting. But tell me, are there any caves that are, good for beginners?
Oh, absolutely.
People who want to explore but maybe aren't ready to rappel down into the abyss?
Rio Frio Cave is great for first-timers. Located in the Mountain Pine Ridge Forest Reserve, and the entrance alone is breathtaking. This massive 65-foot arch that frames the jungle. The cave itself is about a half-mile long, with a cool stream running through it.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. But what about for the more adventurous types, the ones who want to push their limits? What would you recommend for them?
Well, in that case, Crystal Cave, also known as Mountain Cow Cave, might be right up their alley. This one is located in the Blue Hole National Park, and it's definitely a step up in adventure. You'll need to be comfortable with heights,
Okay.
because the entrance involves rappelling down into the cave.
Whoa, hold on. Rappelling. That's taking things to a whole other level. I'm picturing myself dangling from a rope, heart pounding. What's waiting for me down there?
It's worth the adrenaline rush, trust me.
Yeah.
Once you're inside, you're surrounded by these huge caverns decked out with incredible crystalline formations. It's like another world, sparkling and magical.
Okay, that's going on my bucket list.
Yeah.
We've talked about the history, the adventure, but what about caves that offer a more, shall we say, spiritual experience?
That's a great question. And it brings us to a unique spot, Cave World Adventures. It's a privately owned property with over 30 different tours and adventures, many centered around caves. They have everything from exploring caves filled with ancient pottery to swimming in these hidden underground lakes. They even have Mayan shamanic experiences where you can connect with the spiritual side of Belizean culture.
Shamanic experiences in a cave. Now, that's something you don't hear every day.
Right. Their most popular cave is called Aktun Chapat Cave, and it's a must-see. They really have something for everyone there.
All right, so after all these caves, are there any that offer a glimpse into the lives of the modern Maya people?
Absolutely. Tiger Cave or San Miguel Cave is a great example. It's located near the Maya village of San Miguel, and the journey to the cave is an adventure in itself.
Oh, yeah.
You hike through the rainforest, passing by traditional Maya farms, and you can see firsthand how they've been cultivating the land for centuries. You learn about the medicinal plants they use, their
Oh.
sustainable farming practices, their deep connection to the land.
It's like a living museum. You're not just observing the past, you're seeing how it's woven into the present.
Exactly, and it highlights the importance of responsible tourism. By visiting these caves with knowledgeable guides, you're not only having this unforgettable experience, but you're supporting local communities and ensuring these places are protected.
I love that. It's so much more than just checking a destination off your list. It's about connecting with the place, the people, the history in a meaningful way.
Precisely. And the fact that so many of these caves are on private land adds another layer to the experience. You're often interacting with the families who have been caretakers of these lands for generations. They're passionate about sharing their knowledge and protecting these caves for the future.
It sounds incredible. We've covered so much ground already, but I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
You're right, there's always more to explore, more stories to tell, more connections to make.
Well, before we get lost in the depths of Belizean caves, let's take a quick pause. When we come back, we'll continue our exploration, diving even deeper into what makes these caves so captivating. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our Belizean cave adventure. We've already uncovered some incredible hidden gems, but there's so much more to explore.
I'm ready for more. We've talked about caves with this deep Maya history, caves perfect for relaxing float, and even ones that involve rappelling. What else you got?
Well, remember Chimha Caves?
Yes.
We touched on it earlier. It's a real treasure trove of Maya history.
Oh, yes, the one with all the intact Maya pots. That's definitely high on my list. What makes it so special, though? I mean, a lot of caves have pottery.
It's the sheer number of them and the fact that they're so well preserved. Imagine hiking through lush farmland, dense forest, the anticipation building with every step, and then you enter this cave adorned with ancient Maya motifs and you're surrounded by hundreds of perfectly intact pots, just as they were left centuries ago.
It must feel like stepping into an ancient tomb. Like you're the first person to see these artifacts in centuries.
Exactly. And because it's on private land, there are guides who protect the cave and make sure it's preserved. It's a testament to the efforts being made to protect Belize's cultural heritage while still allowing visitors to experience it.
Speaking of cultural heritage, earlier we briefly mentioned St. Herman's Cave. Can you tell us a bit more about its significance?
St. Herman's Cave is fascinating because it shows how the Maya really integrated these natural formations into their lives. Located in St. Herman's Blue Hole National Park, this cave was actively used by the Maya during the Classic period,
Okay.
which spanned roughly from 250 to 900 AD, a time of real cultural flourishing for them.
So it wasn't just a place for rituals, but a part of their everyday lives. What kind of activities would have taken place there?
Right. While we're still learning more, evidence suggests they used it for shelter, storage, even water collection. It's incredibly accessible, too, making it a great option for people who want to experience some history without venturing too far off the beaten path.
Accessibility is always a plus. Now, I'm curious about Hokepha Cave, also known as Blue Creek Cave. What makes this cave stand out?
Hokepha Cave, situated near the village of Blue Creek, takes us to a later period of Maya history,
Okay.
the Late Classic period, which lasted from about 600 to 900 AD. Archaeologists have discovered ceremonial altars and ceramic artifacts inside. So we know they used it for rituals during this time.
So each cave offers a different piece of the puzzle, right?
Yeah.
Helping us understand the Maya from different angles and time periods. It's amazing how these caves act like time capsules, preserving these glimpses into the past.
You got it. And speaking of connections to the past, Tiger Cave, or San Miguel Cave, near the village of San Miguel, offers something pretty special.
Oh, yes, the one we mentioned earlier that's connected to the modern Maya community.
Yeah.
What makes the cultural aspect so unique?
It's not just the cave itself, but the entire journey. The hike to Tiger Cave takes you through the rainforest. You'll pass by traditional Maya farms, and you can see firsthand how they've been cultivating the land for centuries. You'll learn about the plants they use, their sustainable farming practices, their connection to the land.
It's like a living museum. You're not just observing the past, but witnessing how it's woven into the present. That's incredible.
It is, and it highlights the importance of responsible tourism. By visiting these caves with knowledgeable guides, you're not only having an unforgettable experience, you're also supporting local communities and ensuring these places are protected.
I love that. It's about so much more than just checking a destination off your list. It's about connecting with the place, the people, and the history in a meaningful way.
Exactly. And the fact that many of these caves are located on private land adds another layer to the experience. You're often interacting directly with the families who have been caretakers of these lands for generations. They're passionate about sharing their knowledge and ensuring that these caves are protected for future generations.
It sounds like a truly unique and enriching experience. We've covered so much ground already, but I feel like there's still so much more to uncover.
You're right. There's always more to explore, more stories to be told, more connections to be made.
Well, before we get completely lost in the depths of Belizean caves, let's take a quick pause. When we return, we'll continue our exploration, diving even deeper into what makes these caves so captivating. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been on quite a journey through these Belizean caves, and I'm already feeling like I need to book a flight.
I know what you mean. There's just something magical about them, something that pulls you in and makes you want to experience them firsthand.
Throughout our conversation, we've talked about the history, the adventure, the cultural connections, but I keep coming back to this sense of wonder that these caves evoke.
Yeah, that's the heart of it, isn't it? It's not just about facts and figures, but about that feeling you get, that awe and amazement when you step into these underground worlds.
Exactly. Whether you're looking at ancient Maya artifacts, floating on a peaceful underground river, or looking up at these towering crystalline formations, there's this sense of being transported to another time, another world.
It really is like stepping outside of reality and into this realm of mystery and possibility. And, in a world that's so dominated by technology and screens, these caves offer this powerful reminder of the beauty and grandeur of the natural world.
It's funny you should mention technology because it's touching to think that in today's world, we've explored everything, mapped everything, and there's nothing left to discover. But then you hear about these caves, many hidden away, and you realize there's still so much out there.
That's what makes exploring them so exciting. It's not just about visiting a tourist attraction, it's about venturing into the unknown, pushing boundaries, and expanding our understanding of the world.
And connecting with the people who are so passionate about protecting them. The families who have been caretakers of these lands for generations. It sounds like such a unique and meaningful experience.
It really is. And it's something I think everyone should experience at least once in their life.
I couldn't agree more. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Belizean caves, what would you say to someone thinking about adding this to their bucket list?
I'd say, do it. Don't just dream about it, make it happen. Research the different caves, find a great tour operator, and be prepared to be amazed. Belize's caves are waiting.
I love it. I think we've given our listeners plenty to think about and hopefully inspired some Belizean cave adventures.
I hope so. It's been a pleasure sharing my passion for these incredible places with you and our listeners.
Thanks for joining us on this fascinating deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring and remember, adventure is out there waiting to be discovered, often in the most unexpected places.